So we're on a mission. Got to go to my parents' house and install this gasket in my dad's 2005 or 6 Chinese scooter. It's the valve cover gasket. It's got to be replaced. It doesn't have one. We are. Neighbors apparently listen to shitty music really loudly. Seriously, guys? Now you guys know why I live in the middle of nowhere. It's so quiet. Anyway. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I know. They're annoying. Come on. Oh, wait. The dog fence won't let them go that far. Oh, alright. Anyway. When did we build that? Oh. Anyway. That tree's buzzing. Alright. Here she is. Oh, yeah. Hey, where's the freaking key? Well, I guess I won't be doing this today. I'll find the key. I know where he keeps it. So the $1,000,000 question is, will it start? It's been sitting for about 2 weeks. I think the battery's dead. Let's give it a try. Wow. Come on. Let it warm up. Alright, here we go. So while Oriole let it warm up a little bit. So what's going on is the valve cover gasket self-destructed. It dissolved into gunk. So my dad didn't want to spend money on a valve cover gasket, so he made his own with silicone. Well, that worked for a little while, but then it started leaking again. And when I did the oil change on it for him, I found silicone in the oil strainer. So that's no good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it all apart, take the valve cover off, and we're going to put a new seal on it. So here we go. I'll position my camera. So for a Chinese piece of crap that he paid $300 for, this thing runs pretty damn good. It's got 1,400 miles on it, 1,500. And it actually runs. So, okay, so I think what we have to do is take this footboard off. And then we take the that cover off there. So what we're working on today, and I've already started disassembling it, but we'll see that in a bit, is a 2006 Vento, which is a Chinese scooter reseller. Vento buys scooters from China from a couple of different manufacturers. This one happens to be, I believe, a GY6, or GY6. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a 2008 GY6 which is a copy of a Honda Joker. The irony is, the original Honda Joker featured a two-stroke, I believe it was either a 50 or an 80cc engine, and this one is a copy of a Chinese GY6 four-stroke engine, 150 cc's in size. What we'll be doing today is installing a brand new valve cover gasket. The silicone gasket had failed after the original gasket melted, so we have some work ahead of us. Okay, an 8mm socket is all you need. Get the valve cover off, but I'm going to have to use a shorter socket, I think. I know I've done this before without taking the body off. That's how we did the job in the first place. So, I think I can get my ratchet in there. Yeah, just barely. Might have to get a swivel socket. How the hell did I do this before? Funny. Funny stuff. I figured out by dropping it off the center stand, it angles the head so I can get to the bolts. No problem. So let's take a quick break to highlight some more Chinese quality. These bolts, which bolt the fuel tank to the frame, are actually cutting right through the tank's steel because they were over-tightened at the factory. Oh yes, brilliance. Brilliance in motion. Check out the quality of these welds. Splatter everywhere. This is a port that's used for, I believe, air induction for emissions reduction purposes. This is how the Chinese were able to skirt the emissions requirements by using old-fashioned engines that they stole from Honda and get them into the U.S. Look at this bolt here. I'm going to zoom in on this. This is just bad. This bolt, the stud, is too short, shorter than the nut. This stud is too long. Oh, China. You make me laugh. So now we're going to remove the, I believe it's a PCV line off the, oh, what a mess. That cover came off. Oh boy. This is why you don't make a valve cover gasket out of engine rated silicone. What a disaster. What a disaster with that. Oh my, look at this crap. Folks, you know what, when you're in a pinch, you do what you gotta do, but oh boy, don't do that. This stuff got into the crankcase, and if I didn't fix this, it would eventually clog the oil strainer. The pump will suck the stuff in. It'll get caught in the strainer, and it won't, hopefully, wind up in the bearings, where it can cause some real fun. So we're gonna just kind of clean that shit up best we can. Yeah, my dad drove it to work like this. Not that he knew that. I mean, hell, my father was an auto mechanic for many years, but he thought, oh, we'll just use silicone. It'll work. And by rights, it did. It worked for, you know, about a season. I went to go start it up the springtime, and I noticed when I changed the oil that there was silicone in there. And then I noticed, even worse, that there was oil gushing out of the motor. So this is what it looks like inside a GY6 rocker box, or under the valve cover. Really nothing spectacular. But you'll notice, again, here's more Chinese quality for you. These studs are different heights. I don't believe that's supposed to be that way on the actual Honda GY6 motor. But check the little bit of valve play here. Valves are a bit happy, but I'm not going to bother adjusting them. It runs fine. Doesn't make a lot of noise. But, and if it was my machine, I'd probably do it. But, oh yeah, look at this timing chain. Look at how thin that is. I believe that's true to the original Honda design, but something tells me it probably isn't. Rag to clean up the mating surface. Oh, use a dirty rag. Must have something cleaner here. My mom's favorite dish towel. Okay, here we go. Just kind of clean this up. Then I got to check the oil again. I think it might be low from leaking for so long. I don't know if my dad has used it this much this year. I think when I told him that it was gushing oil, he stopped driving it. I'm like, Dad, your scooter, it's leaking oil. What do you mean? We just put a new gasket on it. No, we didn't. We sealed it with silicone. Oops. Clean that up. And a nice clean surface for our new gasket to mate onto. Yep. Yeah, I should probably get the valve clearance specs and give it a valve adjustment while we have it apart. It would only make sense, right? Got silicone over there, clean that off. And, oh, in this case, I'm going to let him know that he has to change his oil a couple of times in the next coming weeks as he starts to drive it again. Because if he doesn't, that silicone that made it into the crankcase will just clog up the oil screen. See, these engines don't have actual filters in the traditional sense. They use a filter screen, which is same design that the original Volkswagen Beetle engine used. Kinda, sorta. But they used a wire mesh screen. That's all. If it's good for the gentlemen, it's good enough for us. At least that was Honda's attitude. Hell, my Helix, 25,000 miles later, still runs like a champ, still gets great compression, and doesn't have an oil filter. It has the same, of course this being a copy of a Honda, has the same design for the, for Christ's sake, has the same design for the oil screen. Okay, looks good to me. A little bit of silicone right there. We'll get that off. I could use a razor blade, but it's not really that. It's not really putting up a fight. So our it's got a Kickstarter. I can roll the on a compression stroke. Good. Not much play there. Is that a compression stroke? Can't see the valves positions. No, that's I think they're both closed. Yep. Yeah, they're both closed. There's a lot of side-to-side movement, but that's just Chinese quality and engineering. But anyway, I mean, I'm of the mindset that, you know, anything can last given enough maintenance. No, okay, now it's open or closed. All right. How about this one? The exhaust side. Intake is on top, exhaust on bottom. From what I can tell. Okay, that's open, closed. No, it's pretty tight. So, alright, cool. Okay, this is the part where we find out we have the wrong gasket. So here we go. Nicely wrapped in saran wrap. And what we're going to do is we're going to get it soaked in oil before we apply it. That's how you apply any gasket, just so that it seats properly. Okay. Now this is a Chinese replacement gasket, so it will melt in about a year or two. But the good news is it's easy to replace. The reason Chinese gaskets tend to melt is because they're made with the cheapest materials possible. The Chinese simply don't have the time in the world to investigate proper gasket making materials, and they wind up creating shoddy parts. So that's just a fact of life. And I am very biased. I will tell you, I am very biased. Just because of everything I've seen and all the experiences I've had with Chinese scooters and engines. I mean, they may run okay for a little while, but they don't last. Not like the Japanese stuff did. Oil off my hand so I can grab my camera. This is, hopefully this thing fits. Now, it's pre-shaped somewhat. Alright. It doesn't have a lot of, it feels like hard plastic to me. It doesn't have a very soft, rubbery feel. But it is the right part, so that's good. Okay. There we go. And that's how you put it on. Make sure it's soaked in oil or coated in oil so that it seals up okay. The oil actually helps the gasket position. Gives it some ability to kind of move around as it's being torqued. Make sure there's nothing in our way. Looks like the engine shroud is starting to lose its own gasket. No surprises there. So here we go. It should be a vacuum port right there. And that has to go. Yeah, okay. There we go. This is how it looks. That's how it goes on. I'm going to just nudge that vacuum out of the way. Making sure that gasket doesn't fall out. Now the gasket is nubbed so that it stays in place while you're moving the part around and positioning it in place. But that only works so well. So far everything looks good to me. Oh, I think I have this on backwards. Even after I... What? Oh. Do I feel stupid? I'm putting it on the wrong way. And it doesn't work. I am professional. Not. Okay. There we go. This is probably really painful for you guys who work on these all the time, but you know what? Screw you! No, just kidding. That's not very nice. Alright, now we gotta bolt it in. I'm gonna get all kinds of people, mostly... I think I know exactly who's gonna criticize me first. Vaxbuster! Yeah, you're gonna criticize every fucking thing I do, aren't you? Anyway. Alright. Let's see. Where's my bolts? Oh, they fell down. Yeah, see? Sorry, guy. Alright. Oh yeah, I gotta put that one, which actually has a clamp on it to hold the spark plug wire out of the way. No, it doesn't. Actually, that's for the for our friend the vacuum line. And that actually goes over here. So I'm going to put our vacuum line back on. Get the clamp slid back in place. Arrgh. Okay. Nice. And working on these things with the body intact is something of a challenge because everything gets in the way. They're built very small, you know, tight clearances. It would be much easier had I removed the upper body. Which is why I think that's why I like the Honda CN and CH series engines, because they're vertically designed and they're much easier to work on, at least when they're placed in the Helix body. Unfortunately, the Elite body, most of it has to be removed to do even simple stuff. But get that bit of silicone off of there. Hold on, I gotta put. Okay, everything is reinstalled, engine-wise, reconnected. Everything is torqued to my own design. I never use torque wrenches, even though I know I should. Alright. So, VaxBuster, you can feel free to chime in about the torque wrenches right now. Okay, you done? Alright, cool. So, I think what I'm going to do is spray everything down with a little bit of degreaser, like Simple Green, and hose it off. Maybe not. I mean, the oil's preventing rust, right? So let's start this sucker up. Let's find the keys. Where did I put the key? In the fuel cap. Fuel door. Let's hear it run. Okay. I fell down like a wrecking ball. Come on. Get in there. Come on. There we go. Careful, it's on the side stand, so you don't want to rev the motor too much. But let's see if anything comes gushing out of it. Of course, you won't really know until you get it up to speed and ride it for a few miles, but I think it'll be okay. Valve noise, I can hear a little bit of valve noise, but it's nothing really that bad. I just noticed the crankcase breather tube is full, so this thing has got some blow-by issues. I bet the compression is kind of low on it too. But yeah, there's oil in there. After just a couple thousand miles, kind of scary. Ew, that's gross. Drained it. So what happens is when the crankcase builds up with pressure, it gets forced out of the crankcase breather, and right there is a oil collection tube. On engines that have excessively worn out piston rings, you'll get a lot of blow-by, and that blow-by pressurizes the crankcase, forces oil out of it. That can also happen if the bike is ever dropped. She's running pretty good. Valve noise has pretty much gone away. It sounds, yeah, I can still hear it though. It's a soft tapping. But yeah, I'm gonna hose this all down. Alright, so I just went ahead and cleaned the everywhere the oil was spraying. with a little bit of brake cleaner and cloth. It all looks pretty nice. I wanted to see how this kickstand works. So we'll see how that goes. Try my other foot. There we go. That makes more sense. Not bad. Lady Gaga plays on. Well, I got the job done. Put it all back together again. Now I'll show you some of the collision damage that it's seen from the previous owner. Of course, it fell down this side. It's all pretty much scraped to hell. But this is where it got the worst damage. This whole corner was kind of crushed in and just looking kind of sad. But still works. Let's go put it back. I should probably check the oil level though. We're going to bring it over to the level part of the driveway and take a look at the oil level. Shall we? Walk it over. Not quite level, but it'll give us an idea. Alrighty, so we'll take the oil cap off. Fill tube. Thingy-majig. See what we got. If anything, it has too much. Which means that it's perfect. Because we are at an angle. So, oil's fine. Start it up and drive it back. Okay. Alright. Ready, are you? Piece of sh... There we go. Okay. Yeah, that horn's no good. Okay. At this point, we're just going to push it in. Damn kickstand. There she is. All right. Now it sticks out. There we go. There we go. Hold on.